everyone to the TNF SOMAH Solar Paid Job Training webinar. My name is Washana Moss. I'm the Director of Strategic Planning and Operations for the NELS Foundation, and we're so excited to have you all join us today for our discussion. Today we'll be talking about solar, green jobs, paid job training, and how they connect to the world. But before we get started, let's meet our amazing TNF team.
Woo!
Hey.
All right.
Yeah, great.
Welcome,
Great
everyone.
Thank you so much, Mossy. My name is Jacoby Ewart. I am also with the NILS Foundation. I am the Director of Fundraising, Partnerships, and current Realtor and Developer on the team. And we're really excited to bring this presentation to y'all.
And hi, everyone. My name is Shantae Walker. I'm the founder and CEO, and we are so excited for you guys to join us today.
So thank you for listening in. Now let's jump into the conversation.
All right, guys. So this picture is really interesting. And some of you guys out there might be asking yourself, what is this? What am I looking at? I love this picture because it's such a true depiction of where the state of our country is. On one side, you have depleted resources. In the middle, you have our fires burning down our forest. And then you have to the right, you have homes, cities, and towns being drifted off into the ocean. We all can look at this and say, that's not right. But I hate to break it to you. This is actually where the state of our world is. And this is why solar and paid job training is so important and why we're bringing it to you. Now, I think Jacoby and Washana, I don't know if you guys had anything to add to this, but I know when a lot of people think about our resources, because they don't see this, they don't believe it's happening. I think, Jacoby, you had something that you want to share on this.
And I think you're touching on this as well, because this is not something that we're seeing every day. It's hard for us to basically empathize with communities that are going through this, and we have to remember that our actions have consequences, and environmental injustices are transnational, as we've all discussed before. This is happening across our borders. We think of islands in the Caribbean that are basically suffering through our consumerism. So it's really important that we take stewardship of the use that we're the how we're using energy around us and how we can be more sustainable in our practices.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's why SOMAH is so important. And I think that's why we're trying to get the word out, because the job training that you're getting to an industry leading a field is just phenomenal, and you get paid. So guys, we're here to tell you how to get paid, how to get the training, and how to get ahead with the green industry leading technology, which is solar PV.
Right. So I think that leads to our new friend here, Jeremy.
Absolutely, guys. Take a look at Jeremy. He's a friend of ours, and we think he is just like you.
This is Jeremy. Jeremy loves solar. Jeremy is just like you. Yes, you. You. Here's how Jeremy uses solar.
Yay, Jeremy.
That's my time.
We love Jeremy. I'm just like Jeremy. If you're just like Jeremy, put it in the chat. Tell us what you think. If you're not like Jeremy, let us know too. But any question, thoughts, or ideas that you have, put it in the chat so we can answer it. But we hope that you have taken some of Jeremy's ideas, or you do what Jeremy does at home.
Yeah. Keep it in flow. Keep it in a state of flow. Jeremy.
Absolutely.
How to use solar. So here are a few devices that use solar. So we have security cameras, there's refrigerators, fans, and even the cell phone chargers. And these devices can be used on multiple family affordable complexes, at home, traveling, and even outdoors.
Absolutely. I think medical offices are also going towards solar, and even businesses. And from what I hear, it's easy to install. It's easy to maintain, and it's even more affordable than what we're using right now with utility bills.
Right. It's pretty applicable and versatile, and even the crazy fact of the sun hitting our Earth just for an hour can actually power our entire continent for a year. as
Wow.
that
Wow.
level of energy.
Wow.
being
And it's
utilized.
free.
And it's free.
Yes.
It's free. That's the best way to go about it. But it's crazy how we can't access this. But we can access this through SOMAH. And so what is SOMAH? SOMAH is Solar on Multifamily Affordable Housing. This is a nonprofit organization that the Niles Foundation has partnered with in providing solar alternative energy access to property owners and tenants in disadvantaged communities. And the range of benefits and opportunities are pretty endless at this point.
Right. Aren't there financial incentives and benefits, not just for our tenants, but also for the property owners and for the residents who actually live in the actual complexes that the solar is installed? I think that's such a holistic way to look at solar and to look at getting paid and also keeping the money in the community. So that's incredible, especially for Los Angeles, considering that things are so high. And I know all of us could really use some savings on our bills. So I wish I had this when I was in high school or right after I got out of high school.
Yeah, this definitely,
Yes. Okay. So guys, what you're looking at is real live solar installations. And it's so funny because I always ask myself this question when I'm driving through Los Angeles, Culver City, and South Los Angeles. I'm like, has anyone ever seen solar installed? I've never seen it. I see it up on houses and apartments, even businesses, but I've never actually seen anyone do it. So it's pretty funny that we're talking about this. Jacoby, Washana, have any of you guys ever seen solar installed?
No, I've never seen solar installed. Out of all the construction sites I've seen, I've never seen solar.
I will
So
share
funny.
that I think I've seen it being installed at one of our garden sites in SC, the George Lucas Museum.
Okay.
They, on the top, I believe they're using solar panels as an alternative energy. So while we've been gardening and harvesting food, I'm pretty sure I've seen some people lay some solar panels before, but I'm not certain. So in that category, yeah, most likely I'm with you guys here.
And you know what's so funny is I think, and now that I'm thinking back, it's probably because it's such a new industry that you don't have a large group of individuals who are actually doing the work besides the contractors.
Right.
So it's really nice to be actually or be able to be a paid job trainee to work with these contractors to install it. Because I bet in the next 10 years, we have not seen people installing. We're going to see them everywhere.
Yeah, and I think you make a great point too, because SOMAH makes a really good effort at diversifying the contractors that are being used in solar panel installation, because it's a part that can be easily monopolized. So if you have a bunch of just one person doing most of the solar panel installation, it doesn't really benefit anybody. But SOMAH takes that extra effort to make sure that each one is not, of the same, contracting.
Got it. And agreed.
I wonder if anyone in the audience has solar installed at their homes. If you guys do, let us know in the chat.
Excellent. Yeah.
All right. Get into the paid job training benefits. All right, give it to us.
Okay, so the SOMAH paid job training benefits are paid job training, resume building, and networking opportunities.
Wow, sounds incredible. Resume builder and networking opportunities. I bet that comes from those contractors who are working on those real life projects.
Yeah.
So I wish, all the students could have this, but, we'll see what the future looks like.
Yeah.
All right. Love it. This is my son. He always makes me smile. He's not my real son. He is the sun. And I'm sure all of you guys have that sun hanging over your apartment, hanging over your house, hanging over your business. But the reason why I love this sun is because it emits these solar rays. And it's so important to understand that we are getting natural resources that provide us energy. And a lot of people don't know that it connects to the technology that we have. It connects to job training, and it actually provides resources for us that we do not have to pay for. So why are we spending all this money on energy when we can get it for free? Well, that's why we're here. So you guys get to learn how to be the person on the other side, installing those solar panels, doing the job training so that you can help others create that income back for themselves.
He has a striking resemblance to you, Shantae. he could be your son. I think that, you brought a good point. And the reason why this isn't as common used is it does come down to legislation as well. Even with SOMAH and, a lot of the affordable housing and renewable access, there's a lot of legislation that is still being developed. So I think it's important that we also keep in mind to be, activists, lobbyists, right? And talk to your local officials about how we can become more sustainable.
Absolutely. You just brought up another good point is we should be talking to our property owners.
Yeah.
We should be talking to our schools. We should be talking to our colleges. We should be talking to our business owners about utilizing these type of programs, utilizing the technology, and getting the job training that we need, because it creates a more sustainable and resilient community, which is why I love SOMAH so much and why SOMAH and TNF are partnered, because they provide the resources that our communities in Los Angeles need.
The least that we can do to keep our planet going is to at least speak up.
That's right.
And those of you who are listening, feel free, definitely, if you know someone who could benefit from this program, this information, definitely share it.
Yeah.
Woo! Show me the money. Show me the money. Can I get some of that? Anybody got a bag? All right. Anyone got a bag? I'm going to start mopping this up and putting it in a bank.
Yeah.
But who doesn't love money? And that's what we're talking about, guys. Yes, we're talking about money. We're talking about getting paid for job training. We're talking about learning a leading industry, future technology job industry that you guys are going to want to know about. And we have the access right here. So stay with us, stay connected, and please ask us the questions that are populating in the chat box.
This is how you get paid installing solar. So fill out the SOMAH job training interest form, and SOMAH will reach out to you and help you get started. Now, there is an intake form that also has to be filled out, but that will be for once you're eligible and then you're ready to move on to the next step, and that will be where the intake form comes into play.
Awesome. All right, so we talked about eligibility requirements, Washana. You just talked about that in the last slide. Talk about how they become eligible and what those requirements are.
So to be eligible, you have to be currently enrolled or a graduate from an eligible job training program within 12 months of the solar installation. Or you can be a tenant whose primary residency is a SOMAH property.
Doesn't sound like a lot of requirements, and I love that. And I'm going to keep it real. That's what people need to hear and know. But from what I know about the SOMAH job paid training program is it removes barriers and challenges for those who may have not graduated high school and those who have been incarcerated. I know that while SOMAH doesn't add those type of or have those type of barriers, the contractors, however, have the leverage and the ability to work with potential eligible individuals who have been in those situations. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great.
And so that being the case, if you know anybody that is currently at a trade tech school or someone that is shown interest in solar or solar panel installation, please feel free to drop their contact information in the chat below.
And or construction. Guys, it doesn't have to be solar. It could be electrical or electrician. It could be construction or something else similar. And we have links at the end of this webinar that you can access. They are not clickable, but you can highlight them and just copy them into your web. And we've provided quite a few. But again, if there's something that you don't see, let us know, put it in the chat, and we will reach out. All right. How do we help others? Help ourselves.
Help you.
Okay.
Helping yourself help others. Because
Okay.
At the end of the day, we all rely on one another to do our part. Basically, your service goes back. Your service goes beyond the paycheck, right? So we look at cash and, we just see the face value, but really what your cash can do is it can support the local economy. It can help with making a real difference in climate impact. It can create more advantages to housing support, and it really can create more savings for tenants overall. What I like about this program specifically is the money that you do get back off of your utility bills, you can actually invest in yourself. And I think a lot of people kind of forget that. You get your cash, you start paying bills, but this extra money you're using, you can allocate towards courses, books, experiences, things that enhance what you do in the world, because when you're happier, you're able to help others.
You know what I just thought about? when you save that money, that's that gas going back into those card gullers if you're not EV. So that's a whole nother topic you guys want to stay with us on. But the real part is that you get to save money and that you get to increase your environment while supporting your local economy.
Absolutely.
All right. So, guys, what you're looking at here is a real life paid job trainee. His name is Oscar. And I believe standing next to him, that's Angel. This is one of our real life paid job trainees whom I love this quote because Oscar didn't know anything about solar exactly before he walked into this SOMAH world, right? So this quote talks about how it opened up a new world for Oscar. And that's what happens is sometimes you may be interested or opposed to an idea, but what happened is Oscar took that paid job training, he connected to SOMAH, and he started working, got paid, and now he's being opened up to an industry that's right into the future. He's opened up to technology, he's opened up to solar, and he's opened up to a world he didn't know. And now he has that access to push him further into whatever goes that he's looking forward to or wherever he's walking. And we wanted to show this to you guys because we know that some of you guys out there may know of solar, but might be timid or afraid or even shy. So what we're saying is if you're shy, if you're afraid, if you're timid, we still want you. Ask us those questions, look at the links, and maybe some of you guys are out there also like Oscar.
I'm excited about solar because of the money on energy that we will be saving. We feel like we can actually save for our future. A lot of residents, I'm sure, will benefit from that. That is from a resident that has benefited from SOMAH by the name of Felice Nona. And I think one of the most important things to take away from that quote that she shared with us is we feel like we can actually save for our future. This is just indicating what you can do, what is possible with SOMAH, right? How it can be a opportunity to expand and to grow sustainably. So I think we can all reflect on what Felice is sharing and, realize the impact that we're actually making working with SOMAH.
And actually, I'd love to chime in on that, Jacoby. I think because what's important is we got to see Oscar, who did the job installation, the solar PV installation, but now we're actually getting to see how it's affecting residents. And the fact that Felice actually shared that she feels like she can actually save. I think all of us want to actually feel like that because a lot of us work day to day, job to job, hour to hour, and we never really see those savings. And Felice is actually a real resident in Orange County, actually. And so it's really important that we show these things to you guys because maybe you live in a property where you might want SOMAH and you want solar, or maybe you want to do the paid job training. Well, guess what? We want you to do the paid job training. We want you to get the installation. So please reach out. If you have any questions, put it in the chat and then look at the links at the end of this webinar. All right. We're going solar. And yes, we are getting paid. But what we want to show you guys is not that it's just paid job training, but what you're being exposed to. You gain experience and exposure to licensed contractors, their PV installers, their project designers, their project management teams. So you're not just getting a one and done. You're actually getting the experience from real life project managers, real life project designers, real life PV installers. And that's important because your work can go beyond just that one paid job training opportunity or that one job. It might turn into a career. And I believe that's what SOMAH's goal is. That's what TNF's goal is, so that we can help you understand that this is not just about getting paid and it's not just about a job. It's about an industry. It's about a career and about connecting you to resources beyond a job.
Right. I think that that's an excellent point because what it's doing is it's creating a different mental pathway and a different way of thinking. When you're working with a project management team, you're learning how to work in a group. You're understanding leadership, the dynamics.
Yeah, you are.
This is stuff that goes beyond the solar, right? This is going into, again, investing in yourself.
And you get paid to do it.
And there it is, right?
How does it get any better than that?
Win-win.
Win-win. Win-win-win.
And even more indicative of a win-win is that smile Oscar has right now.
Right, Oscar's back.
Yeah, he came back full circle.
We're talking more about Oscar. Oscar, we love you, man.
Yeah.
We appreciate the quotes, you know, and, you know, if you find us, join us. But we're very, very excited about Oscar because he's just one of the many success stories I'm sure that SOMAH has had. And who knows, you might be the next success story or you might be the next quote. But Jacoby, I know you have some information, so go ahead, take it away.
The information I'm sharing is Oscar is indicative of energy, solar energy being the future, right? It's a growing industry. It's one of the most rapid renewable energy job growths. You can actually see this with the cost of solar panels. About maybe a decade ago, solar panels used to be about $50,000, but obviously now because it's more in demand, they've had to decrease that cost. So now it's roughly about $16,000 to $20,000
wow.
per panel. So
it's decreased by what, 60%?
62%.
Yeah.
And it's going to keep decreasing. That's Moore's law. The more in the future we go, things get smaller, more powerful, more affordable. So this is a great, this is a great projection of the growth of sustainable green energies. And so how does SOMAH get you there, right? Paid job training, they give you workforce development opportunities, hands-on training installing, solar energy system exposure, and then also exposure to the industry.
Love it.
As we were talking about in the previous
Love
slide.
it. Such a great program. Love this. All right, guys, so we're almost at the end of our webinar, but I wanted to share some really important links with you guys. One, you guys get to see our job training support links, and at the top, you'll see the NOWS Foundation website. That is us. That is the team you met earlier today, and who has been speaking with you on this lovely ride. But our website is there, and if you want to do the job training intake form, meaning you're ready to go, you can see the next link at ca.somah.org/job portals and the rest of that. And then, of course, there's other environmental support resources we wanted to share with you guys. We've been talking about pollution, we've been talking about solar, and we've been talking about installations, but I think it's really important that you guys see what your areas look like. So I put in the link a Cal Enviro Screen LA pollution maps and data, so you can see what your city is sitting in and how much pollution it has built around it, along with SOMAH job seekers. That's the next link that you guys can look at. And for you property owners out there, you tenants, you job seekers and contractors, yes, contractors, if you want to partner with SOMAH, there's also a link for you guys in there at calsomah.org. So please feel free to let us know your thoughts, let us know your questions. If you have questions or information that you want to know about that we didn't talk about, please let us know. We are going to have more webinars, so we want to hear what it is you're sharing so that we can know what to talk about in the future. But I think we're going to have some closing remarks by Washana, but stay with us.
Wow, such great information shared today. Very enlightening and enriching.
Yes.
We want to thank everyone for joining. We hope this webinar has been helpful to you. We also encourage you to stay connected to TNF and SOMAH on your solar journey.
Yeah.
We're here for you.
We're here for you. Yes, we are. So thank you guys so much for riding through this with us. And I'm not sure, Shauna, Jacoby, you have any last remarks before we go off?
I guess my last thought would be, I just hope that this resonates with even just one person. And
That's
how
right.
They can do their part to really be sustainable. So
yeah,
definitely reach out.
Yeah, and I hope it was helpful for you guys as well.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Bye. See you soon.
Take care.